Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as I show you how to shear back or prune your hardy geraniums. So let's go. I have some really pretty Cranesbill Geranium here. That is a geranium that is perennial in my zone here in New Hampshire, zone 5B. Now this type of geranium is different from your annual geraniums that you buy in the springtime. Those are pelargoniums, and those are different than these type of geraniums. I'd made a video recently showing you my process for deadheading the spent blossoms on this plant, and that works out really well early in the season when the plant is smaller and more compact. Now that it's early summer, this plant has become very leggy, and I don't like the growth habit of it. I want to control that growth habit, and I want to prune it right back so that the plant looks tidier in this garden bed. And there are a couple of tools you can use when it comes to pruning this back. You can use hedge clippers, and you can definitely clip them right back with those big clippers, or you can use small hand pruners, which is what I'm choosing to use today. And when it comes to cutting it back, you can cut it back 50 to 75%. Just make sure that you cut it back enough so that it looks nice and tidy, but you don't cut it back too hard that you're cutting into the crown or the base of the plant. I'm going to take you in so I can show you my process for pruning this back. Now, if you wanted to collect the seeds off of your Cranesbill Geranium, you would not be pruning your plant back. You would be leaving the seed pods on here, and the seed pods would eventually turn darker color, and then you could collect the seeds off of this plant. However, my goal is to just cut this plant right back because I want it to look tidy. And later in the season, when it puts out more blooms, which should be in a few weeks, then if I wanted to, I could collect the seeds off of this plant. I'm just going to be using my hand pruners to cut this plant back. You want to make sure that your pruners are always sanitized in between plants because you don't want to carry disease from one plant to another. As I lift up my very leggy plant, I wanted to show you the base. So as we're making our cut, we just want to make sure we don't cut all the way down to the bottom because you don't want to cut into the crown of your plant. You will damage it. And you just want to start cutting. And really, again, it's up to you how far you want to cut it back. I'm not cutting it all the way down to the base because I do want a little bit of green on my plant. Since this plant material that I'm cutting is not diseased, I'm planning to take the plant material that I'm collecting and put this in my compost pile because it's a wonderful green material to add to my pile. Some varieties of geranium will rebloom for you, and this is a variety that should rebloom for me. So we're left with a much tidier plant, and if you wanted to, you could come in here and just clip away some of the stems that were left behind, just so it looks a little bit cleaner. I went ahead and finished pruning the rest of my geranium. And even though I said you can prune it back 50 to 75%, I might have pruned it more than that. It really is a matter of preference on the look that you're going for. And the look that I'm going for is I want it to be as short as possible while still leaving a little bit of the green growth there. And I really am pleased with how it looks. Now that the geranium have been pruned back, it's a great time to give them a little boost of fertilizer to get them through the summer months. I have some 10-10-10 fertilizer, which is an all-purpose fertilizer. That's what I like to use. You can use whichever fertilizer you prefer to. And I'm just sprinkling it around the plant. I don't want to sprinkle it on the plant. I don't want to sprinkle it right at the immediate base of the plant, just around where the roots would be. And then I can go ahead and scratch in the fertilizer. And after that, I will give all of these plants a nice drink of water so that the fertilizer soaks right in. Maintaining your plants is very important, especially if you want them to look tidy. And now that we've cut back these geraniums, what they're going to do is put the energy into giving a next flush of growth, which includes the green leaves as well as the blossoms. And the fertilizer will really give them that boost of energy that they need. If you like this type of content, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button down below. Please consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell. I plan on making a lot more videos similar to this one. Another video I'll be making at a later date is how to divide your geraniums. So be on the lookout for that video. I hope you're able to get out in your gardens, and until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.